everyone, it's Nicole, and if you watched my last video, I said that I was completely out of page kits. So the first few videos will be making page kits, and then we'll make some pages. And from here till December 3rd, I'll be uploading a video a day. Just to kind of get back into it, I was on a little bit of a sabbatical. I was still uploading 1 to 2 videos a week, but I just felt like I wasn't scrapping as much. I was just doing the videos sort of that I had to, or the pages that I had to. And now I'm feeling my mojo coming back, and while I'm choosing some pattern papers for my page kit, I want to talk about that. I want you to leave comments in the down below about how do you deal with, a scrapping slump, and how do you get out of it? Do you get them? I find I don't get them very often, but when I do, it's at least like a month or so. And I think it's okay to take a little break. It's okay to take a little break, but if you let it linger too long, then I think it could quite quickly become that you're not going to scrapbook anymore, and that's the last thing that I want to happen. So while we're choosing some stuff, we'll talk about that, and how to get out of it, and how to get back into scrapbooking. So this is just a stack of pattern paper that I took. I have a spot where I keep different companies of pattern papers. I have several ways that I keep my pattern papers in my room, just because I like to change it up how I make my page kits. So by changing it up, then I go to different spot to grab pattern papers to make some kits. Okay, so let's start with something that I can use as a background, and then we'll go from there. And I like it that it's like this, even in that container. It's like a wire container that I got at Michael's a few years ago. Even in that container, I don't make it so that I have, all my Chanel together and all my Studio Calico together. I make it so it's all over the place, because as I'm going to find stuff to make a page, then I'll try to use stuff from different collections. This is quite busy, but I like it. And I can put another pattern paper. That's what I'm going to be looking for. And this I like because I can either cut a strip off and make a border, or cut the cameras separately. And that makes it so I can bring in some other colors in here too, because it has blue, it has that dark red, and then it has the light pink peach. So we'll put that to the side. Now I don't know how many page kits I'm going to get done in this video. It'll probably be spread out between, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them. I need to make a lot, because I usually have a ton of page kits that I have done up. But in the last little bit, I've just been using up the page kits and not making any new ones, except for when for classes and stuff. I like that. So I can cut this up and use it. What about this one? Let me see. I'll probably just use one or the other, but I kind of like this with that, and I also like this with that. Total different collections, but it's something that I could use. Now I could right away, cut those up and put just that with it. This I probably won't use as a full sheet anyway. I'll probably do strips of the camera, or cut out the cameras, one or the other. And then I could keep that for other peach kits that I might want to use. I still haven't replaced the batteries in my cutter. I was doing a live for the Scrap-a-thon 2, and my trimmer fell on the floor and everything went flying, and I didn't find all the batteries, so I don't know, they rolled under something. And I mean, I have other batteries downstairs. I could just get a battery and replace it, but every time I think about it, I'm actually like up here doing something and I don't want to stop and go get it. And then when I'm not scrapping, I don't think about it. So, and I haven't, like I said, I haven't been up here very much in the last couple months, especially in the last month, because if you saw my last layout, I broke my finger and it was painful to scrapbook. So I kind of took the month off to heal. I did read 13 books in October though. So it was, I didn't, you know, do nothing. I did read quite a bit. I couldn't even do housework. Like, it just was paining. I mean, I did. I still did it, but it was painful. And every time I had to do the dishes, I had to take my little brace off because I couldn't do dishes with that. So, but I'm glad I did use the brace because I broke this finger when I was young, and I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but it's crooked because I didn't put a brace on. And I think my finger is pretty straight. Oh well. Okay, so I like that. I like that. Now I want something that's more solid so that I can break that busyness. But I'm not sure what color I want to go with. I could go with the light peach. There's, like, this one is kind of a pinky, but it's still, I don't know. I find it's still busy, so I left it on top so I can keep it in mind. But I'm going to look for something else. Okay. I love this. I love that too, but oh man, I love those tickets. I remember one time I concentrated on using those. I was using them on almost every layout I was doing. I loved using them. And I used that entire sheet. And I have a second one, so. And for this, I am digging into my stash. I'm using some stuff that I've had for a long time, and it's good. It feels good to be able to use my stuff. And for years, you know, I was buying quite a bit of stuff, and I kept saying it was for my retirement plan. I'm not, you know, completely retired, but I certainly don't make the income that I used to. I went to part-time. So now is the time to be using all my older stuff. And I like getting some new stuff, you know, once in a while. But I've really, really slowed down. I think the last time I got some new stuff was in July. Yeah, in July I got this thing. And with that I only bought like a couple more things, and that was it. And that's because I found that when I went to crops and stuff, the mat that I had, it was too small to bring to crops, and it was making it difficult to use it. So that's a nice size. I can mat my photos on that, and I stopped cutting on this, which is good because it was wrecking my mat. And that mat is not cheap, and I don't want to have to buy another one. And I signed up for Crop and Create 2019 here in my home city. And my friend that usually comes with me, Ev, she can't go this year. I'm like, no. That was our weekend away, her and I, once a year. But I have some other friends that are going, and they want to stay in the hotel room, and I was like, yay! So there's going to be 3 of us in a hotel room, which is going to be cool. I love staying there because then you're kind of immersed in the entire weekend, and you know, it's not interrupted. You don't have to, when, you know, because it ends at like 11 or midnight, and then you have to drive home. Ugh. I'd much rather just go upstairs and go to sleep. I don't know if I like that. I keep it as a possibility. One thing I did notice since I broke my finger, I can't hold a lot of pattern papers in my hand. It hurts. So now I have to move the pattern paper over. That's a lot of cut aparts, but no full sheets. Both sides are cut aparts. Okay, so what do I do when I get into a slump? Well, first of all, you know, I embrace it. I mean, in my case, it wasn't just totally a slump. I mean, I couldn't do it because of my hand. But I embraced it. I was like, you know what? You needed a break. Just take the break. I ended up, like I said, reading a lot. And then I started this new hobby that's called diamond painting. I have a few videos on my channel that I talk about it. And I started a series called Diamond Painting 101, which I'm going to be talking about diamond painting. And don't worry, scrapbooking is still going to be, like I said, I answered a comment and I said, no, scrapbooking is my first love. That's not going anywhere. And I have so much stuff. There's no way that I could feel good with not scrapbooking. I have to use this stuff. Kind of like that. I know it's got a pattern on it, but it's a tight pattern, so it almost reads, ooh. And I like that side too. See that? All the colors almost that are in there are in that. I like that. I can use both actually. Yay. I think I'll leave this too. So, one. Now I forgot what I was saying. I got so... Yes, scrapbooking is my first love, so that's not going to go away. Definitely not. And I have my daughter's wedding album that I have to work on and get a bunch of layouts done for that. We still haven't received the photos from the photographer. She said within the next couple of weeks, so I'm hoping it'll be soon. I did scrap a few of them, and that's just the one that the photographer posted on her Facebook group that she had done, that she had tweaked. So I almost scrapped all the ones that she had posted already. They're really nice. And I don't know, I didn't take too many pictures. Her friends took a bunch of pictures too, and those are starting to trickle in too. I like that. That with that. It's on the other side. I'm okay with cutting that up. So I'm going to cut it up. Usually I don't try to do the embellishments at the same time as I'm doing the pattern papers, but when I find something that I really like, I don't want to forget. So I like how it's like a shade lighter, a shade of yellow lighter. That's kind of busy. I don't know. I'm going to put it on top because I'm going to think about it. I like it, but it's kind of busy. But I'm going to keep it in mind. Now what I'm trying to do also is, as I'm picking these papers, pattern papers, I'm trying to change the colors. I'm trying to make it so that I don't all pick pinks and blues. And as you saw, the first one I chose red. The second one I chose yellow because I tend to gravitate towards those colors. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but I do like to have a little bit of variety. And I want to use up the different tones that I have in my stash. You know, I don't want to 10 years from now that all I have left is, you know, green and yellows and reds because I didn't use the rest of my stuff. So when I go to Crop and Create in March, I'll be buying some new supplies. It'll be time to get some new stuff. But the other thing I did too and keep doing is if I buy something new, I make sure that I don't put it in my stash and it just stays there unused. I make sure that I use it up. Not all of it, but at least that I break it in. Like I break it open and kind of use a little bit of it. Make a few layouts with it. So I feel like, yes, I'm using it. I'm not putting it in my stash unopened. And, you know, 6 years from now, it's still sitting there, not used. Like, I don't want to do that anymore. And I know, like, in order for the scrapbooking community to stay alive, you know, we have to buy stuff and all that stuff, but we also have to buy what we have in our stash. Not buy, shop what we have in our stash, because, you know, I know people, they say they rotate and they, you know, get rid of stuff and then they bring in the new stuff. But I don't know about you guys, but I don't have the money to do that. To just, you know, buy something and then 3 years from now or 5 years from now, get rid of it. And also I find that when I go back and look at stuff, I find that I still love it. You know, I bought it because I loved it. So I don't mind using stuff that is super old. I'm okay with that. And really, when people look at our stuff, they won't know. They won't know that, you know, this was, there's no dates on this, but let's say this is 2001 and then I used it in 2018 or 2019. They won't know. And the biggest part is they won't care. They are not like us. They don't look at something and say, oh, you know, that's so old. They just look at the picture and go, ooh, I remember that. I love that when we did that, or whatever the case may be. I kind of like those two together. Maybe use that as the background. I don't know. I'll keep them together and see if I'm going to keep it together. Oh, I like that too. I like that more. And it's okay to change your mind. That being said, it's okay to change your mind, but not to spend too much time on finding the perfect papers. You know what I mean? Like, don't spend an hour just to find 3 papers that go together. As soon as you have that, ooh, I like that, put it there, move on, and then once you get 3 or 4, put it aside, and then go on to the next thing that you can put together. Because we can spend a lot of time, you know, not just looking for stuff, not actually putting stuff together. I like that, but I'm going to flip it this way because I think I like it better than the foil side. I'm not a big foil person. Okay. So I have, what are we today? Monday. I have 3 more days off after today, and then I go back to work, and it's a 4-day rotation for me. So I'm going to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And so I'm trying to get, okay, now I've brought in some pink because there's pink in there, but do I want to do that? Because then I was going to, I don't know, although I do like those. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I want to get all my layouts done till next Tuesday, or not layouts, but just videos, so that I can upload a video a day. Now, if you didn't see my last video, I'm having a sale right now on my store. 50% off all my classes that are available right now. And I have all the links to my social media in the description box below. And if you leave a comment, like on my Facebook group, which is also in the comment below, everything is there, what you can do to enter for the giveaway. I'm going to be giving away some free classes. And that the draw will be on December 6th. Okay. I don't think I've talked this much in a long time, so it's making my throat dry. See, I'm still not sold on those butterflies. Still not sold. I'm going to leave them there, but I'm not sold. What I might do, because the class that I'm working on for January, I've already gone through this stash and picked out 15 page kits for that class. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go through again and see if I can find some other pages, like try to put a bigger dent into it. But I might need some fresh pattern papers added to it. So I might go to my stash and grab another stack.